Now we are looking at an impressive mapping device allowing officers to plot out a scene with staggering accuracy of less than a couple of centimetres.
Digital mapping allows us to create a highly detailed digital twin of our environments, accurate to around about 1 or 2 centimetres. If there is an incident, if something was caught on fire, if there was an explosion, and we have to get the public out of a location, away from a venue, we'll have the data in front of us to know the best way to handle that situation. My name is Robert Goldsmith. I manage the Mapping and Geospatial Unit within Devon and Cornwall Police and Dorset Police. In 2021, we had the G7 summit in Cornwall. My team were approached and asked what we could deliver to help with that security planning. We used aeroplanes from our partners and we used our own internal drone unit to build 3D models that we could start to create some complex analysis on and really understand those environments. We were able to go into each venue and we were able to plot the intelligence that you might expect to see at that event. So everything from every defibrillator location, entry points, exit points. So should there be any terrorist activity, everybody that we work with had a real plan in front of them. And all of that geographic intelligence should we have a problem. We were able to share the data with other agencies, such as the US Secret Service, who were then able to do their planning around the event before they'd even stepped foot into the UK. What we've done now is we've set up a project where we are running this kit around Devon and Cornwall. We're looking to build 3D models of all of our sports venues. One of the venues that we're currently scanning is Home Park, which is home to Plymouth Argyle Football Club. Collecting data for locations such as Plymouth Argyle really revolves around 2 core principles. One is to collect that external data, which is why we would use the drone here to capture all of that imagery. The second aspect then is to build that internal data, which we would use our LiDAR scanner for. So as you can see now, we have the kit on. What will happen now is our user will go around on a predefined route that we've set up. The kit will send out millions of lasers all around the stadium. That data is captured on the device, and we'll take that back to police headquarters where we'll process it and build our internal 3D model. Back at police headquarters, we've got all of the information that we collected, and that is now processed on our computers, and it is available for officers to get all of the intelligence that they would possibly need. The tools that are available now to officers allow them to look at that venue from multiple angles, to move around outside of that stadium, to move into the offices, and to move around the pitch. Should we have an incident at one of our venues, the 3D mapping would really allow us to have the data available to make critical decisions quickly and accurately. So we might have gone into this model before the incident and added where could an ambulance approach the venue. If it was a football ground, how might you get onto that pitch? Where would the emergency services be? And how could the crowd get out of that ground? So we'd be able to best cater for the public during a problem. I can only see the application of this technology growing as we go forward. Ultimately, if there is a critical incident, having this data at hand will save time, and it could save lives.
Well, Robert Goldsmith, who you saw in the film there, joins us now. Robert, thanks so much for coming in this morning. So this digimapping, it replicates an environment to within 1 to 2 centimetres. Why is it so important that it's that accurate?
Yeah, so we really need that accurate data, because what that allows officers to do is measure doors, windows and other entry points and work out could they get their equipment into a specific venue. What we can also do is we can look at that venue and see could somebody be in a specific location, might they be hiding, and can we get there? So what we would do is we would like to keep this up to date, so we do a refresh every year or so of this data, and we might also use our drone pilots to fly the drones in different seasons so that we can pick up any changes in the environment or seasonal changes.
Oh, that's good. So it keeps it as realistic as possible, doesn't it?
Yes.
So your team walk around with the camera thingy on and kind of map out the space. What's the process? I'm sure you can explain it better than me.
That's right. So on the ground, we'll have staff, as you can see here, walking around that venue. They have the equipment on, and the lasers will come out, and it will build up that picture for us, which we then bring back to our headquarters and process. At the same time, our drone pilots will be flying overhead, and they will build that much wider 3D model of that environment.
So how long does it take? I'm guessing it's a lot of walking around to kind of get the full picture.
Yes, that's right. So Plymouth Argyle there was 30,000 steps, I think, for the staff that collected it. And it'll be maybe 3 or 4 hours of collection time. And then with the drone, the pilots will probably have it up for a couple of hours as well.
That's incredible. And you've had extensive work going on with this digimapping. You actually won an award as well recently, didn't you?
That's right. We represented Devon and Cornwall Police, or UK Policing, at the Geospatial World Excellence Awards, where we were nominated for public safety, and we did win that, so it was good to bring that back to the UK.
Was it a good night?
It was a great night.
Robert, thanks so much for joining us this morning. Great bit of technology there. Rav.
Now it's time for today's Wanted Faces.